breast milk science. It's a thing, and it's our thing. We're By Heart. Our mission is simple: make the best infant formula in the world. We partnered with breast milk scientists, world-class doctors, and passionate parents to write a new recipe from scratch. Our patented protein blend includes 2 of the most abundant proteins in breast milk at levels closer to the real thing. We're also the first U.S.-made infant formula to use organic grass-fed whole milk, not skim. And we ran the largest clinical trial by a new infant formula company in 25 years, proving benefits like less spit-up, softer poops, and easier digestion versus a leading infant formula. And while we've put a lot into By Heart, there's a long list of things you won't see on our ingredient list, like corn syrup, soy, or palm oil. Curious if By Heart is right for your baby? New customers can shop the starter pack and get 2 cans for the price of 1 at byheart.com/getstarted. That's 1 free can at byheart.com/getstarted. This is a limited time offer. Additional terms and conditions apply. Try it risk-free. That's the By Heart promise.
The Podcast Playground. Hooray!
Here we are for yet another week, the Outcast podcast. We've got the whole crew here. Of course, Ramo Jesus is in the building. What's up, Ramo G?
What's good, fam? How y'all doing, man? What's good with you?
Happy to see Memphis is in the house, and he's got his Tennessee garb on today. He's got a basketball jersey on, but it is football time, baby.
Go Vols, baby. The season kickoff tomorrow night, but we'll talk more about that later.
And people may not know this about Memphis, but he's very fast, and he was a track star.
He was.
At the University of Tennessee.
She was a track star. I forget how that song goes. I forget how that song even goes, man. They used to play it so much.
The song sucks anyways.
And we got, I kind of like that song. It was catchy. We got DJ Tomcat, of course, always here representing, man.
What's up?
I love that hat.
Yeah, me
Thank
too,
you.
man.
It is your hat. But
It's actually my son's hat, who is one of the outcasts you can't see. He's behind the cameras. Of course, now we're on.
Shout out to Jordan.
No, we got to give him a better name than that, even though his name is
What do you
Jordan.
mean better name than that? That's a slap to my face,
Memphis
asshole.
is starting it off.
We got to give him a better name than that. We got to give you a better name than that. Memphis.
That's
Burn, Gentry,
That's not
burn.
what I meant. I would like it like a show name. I want.
Okay, we'll give him a short. We'll give him a show name. My nickname for him when he was younger was Shorty Jordy, but he's not short anymore.
It's called
No,
J-Rock.
he's not.
Shorty
definitely not short.
Jordy.
J-Rock.
That might still work though. Shorty Jordy.
We all
Oh,
play
okay.
basketball.
And plus it
I
works.
like J-Rock.
He runs game on us. He's
He
not
does.
short.
He's
Yeah.
sick.
Think about this. We
J-Rock.
got when you do the
He's good.
credits and you have executive producer Shorty Jordy. That looks perfect on print and everything.
Sure.
Yeah, it worked for Too Short. You know, he's
Hell
still
yeah.
he's
So
still
Shorty
too short.
Jordy it is.
All right, well,
Producer
we have
Shorty.
a
You didn't go to
but-
me to say hi.
I just let me throw this caveat out there.
okay.
A lot of times, shorty means girl.
Yeah, so,
So-
we might want to rethink that.
Yeah.
All
I mean,
right,
just
fine.
for
We'll come up with a good
just
name.
for
No,
our
that's
boys' sake.
shouty.
But what if you identify?
Yeah, depend on what.
Hold on, let me make sure I go to Tomcat because I feel like
Why?
he is the most sensitive of the outcasts.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
is.
he didn't get his intro. So, ladies and gentlemen,
Uh-oh.
Butthurt, Muggy.
the one and only. Give me that drum roll, please. Let's hear it for Tomcat. So, do you
I
have
just wanted to say hi because you know.
do you have anything profound to say? I mean, you made me interrupt the show to bring it to you.
Wait a
So
minute, interrupt the show. I don't get to say hi. It says, all right, Memphis, say hi.
Yeah, that's
Ramo,
good.
say hi.
I said something about your hat. It's your time to shine.
Oh,
Do
yeah,
I have to
that's
say,
right, you
hey,
did.
let's go to Tomcat
You
here?
kind of did go into
Oh,
your
you
own
did.
intro.
Yeah, that was
the
And then
intro.
we-
He's
and then we
absolutely
just went
right.
off on a tangent.
I forgot all about that.
See,
Okay, well, we're here. The Outcast podcast. This is episode 32.
stay
It's
on
being
the weed.
It's being
I
brought
love
to
it.
you by our good friends at BetterHelp. If you need some therapy, maybe life's got you down. Maybe this inflation has got a lot of stress added to your life.
Sure.
And you need somebody to talk to, relationship problems. Maybe you just lost a loved one. You could use the BetterHelp, their services, and you can do it from the comfort of your own home. All you have to do is go to BetterHelp. They said that make sure you say that P. BetterHelp.com
That was an excellent P.
/outcasts.
Yeah.
They always tell you in the radio business, don't pop your P's, but in this instance, it does end with a P. That's BetterHelp.
Help.
Because I guess people get
/
confused.
podcast.
Sure.
People think better health, but that's not it.
No,
It's
it's better.
Better help.
BetterHelp.
Yeah.
.com
.com.
/outcast, and you save 10%
Like, help.
this month. We have a lot to get to on the show. This is something that Tomcat brought to my attention.
So
it's
bad.
Yeah, you know
It's
that.
It's never good.
Let's
Fox
see.
News
What Fox News story do we have here?
What is Talking with Carl said up to now?
Mama, I'm coming home. That is the voice of the great Ozzy Osbourne. Of course, from Black Sabbath fame. And he really, to be honest, could be more famous for being the first guy to have a real reality show filmed at his house. Remember the Osbournes on MTV?
I
I
love
liked that show.
It was
That
fun.
was awesome.
That was
I
a
liked
great
when
show.
she threw the ham over to the neighbor's yard. Remember that episode?
Yes.
Yeah, and I
That
just
was fun.
I love the whole family. You fell in love with the daughter Kelly. She was fun. You also fell in love with Jack. His son, and of
does-
course Sharon has parlayed it into a career herself.
Yeah, Jack does a lot of ghost hunter stuff.
Yeah, but you forget.
That's cool too. I like
There
that.
was
I watch a lot of his shows.
But you guys forget there was a third child that never
Yeah.
wanted to be on camera.
You are right. There is a third child. It's a female. I can't
Uh-huh.
remember her name because she never wanted to be
She
on
was
the camera.
She was the older sister.
The eldest, right? That's what I
Yeah.
thought. Yeah. Well, good for her. I mean,
And they would try to sneak. Sometimes she'd be like, they be filming, she would like kind of walk by, but like where you can't see her, but the camera was sitting this kind of this pan off and catch the back of her or whatever.
that's cool.
But she wasn't having it, huh?
Nah, she was not having it.
Well, the reason why we bring up Ozzy Osbourne is because the headline reads that TK sent us that he's leaving the United States of America.
Well, that sucks.
Mama, he's coming home back to the UK because he claims America's too dangerous.
Ooh.
Didn't this guy used to eat the heads off of bats? I mean, this guy was about danger.
It was a stage show.
But now he no longer wants to stay in the United States. Specifically, the article I read was because he's fearful of his life with gun violence. TK, what's going on with Ozzy? He says he wants to die in the UK, and he can't handle the violence here in the U.S. anymore.
Well, Ozzy once was Satan's son. Now he's scared and on the run.
Is
That's
that
what
your
I'm saying.
line? Very nice.
Yeah, just put that there.
Nice work, man. Nice work.
This man,
I love it.
this man killed more bats than the Wuhan lab.
Are you sure?
He could have single-handedly kicked off the pandemic.
Are those bats
What's he
like
worried about?
confirmed? Were they real bats or were they just like, stage bats?
Hey, he did snort ants. Have you seen them?
Wait,
the
that was
show?
Keith Richards, wasn't it?
No, that was Ozzy Osbourne.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's,
When,
they're all
Different
stories.
crusty
I
old
don't
white
know,
guy.
man.
No, it was
Yeah,
the
I
movie
don't-
The Goods. The Goods with the movie about Motley Crue.
I bet he snorted
And
some
when they went
blow
on
before.
well, of course, we all know that, and all other kind of
Yeah,
recreational
sure. Why
drugs.
not? I have to.
But
I didn't say that.
the movie The Goods with it was the movie about Motley Crue, and they were talking about when they were on tour with Ozzy Osbourne. They were
Sure. I
seen at the
bet.
pool, and he sniffed ants.
Probably because he thought there was some cocaine on the floor and he didn't
Yeah,
have
probably
it.
did.
I don't know. I just find
One
it.
of
He's
those
waiting for his guy.
ants-
I just find it funny that he spent his entire career, as the Prince of Darkness and
Yeah,
kind
well-
of using that motif of I'm Satan's son, and now he's leaving because things are just getting too satanic and crazy in the United States, and
I
people
guess
are
he
dying.
catch up
and-
with you.
Well,
I don't know. Where are you going?
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. There comes a point in your life where you stop being the person you were on stage, and you just become your own person.
I know he
If
had some
that's-
health
if
issues.
that
He
is it,
probably
sure.
had a
And
little
he-
bit of a.
Maybe he had a little health scare. Maybe he's just trying to convince himself and his family that they need to go back home because he might not be around too much longer. I mean, we've all watched the
Back
show.
where you
like,
can get
he's
stabbed
awesome,
to death
but
instead
like,
of shot to death.
well,
Come on, let's go.
It's a little more, man.
Jack the Ripper did.
Yeah,
He did reside in London, England,
But-
and I can tell you why.
Well, if somebody wants
But
to
that's
kill you, they're
another-
going to kill you.
Yeah.
it's like
With
Ozzy's
whatever
gonna be
they
a
need
little
to kill
punk.
you with.
but maybe he wants to just, spend the rest of his years, whatever he has left, with family.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Let's hear from ABC7. We have a news story about Ozzy Osbourne saying he's leaving the U.S. because of gun violence.
After 20 years in L.A., Ozzy Osbourne says he and his wife Sharon are moving back to England. The reason? Gun violence in the U.S. Ozzy says that's what convinced him to return to the U.K. full-time. In an interview with The Observer, the longtime music star said, quote, "I'm fed up with people getting killed every day. God knows how many people have been shot in school shootings." According to the Gun Violence Archive, the U.S. has had 440 mass shootings this year alone. Sharon Osbourne says America has changed drastically, adding, "There's nothing united about it."
Oh,
Well, I may not
That's-
argue with that point, but
But I mean,
at least we're united against each other. It's like half and half. So we're united. We're at least united into two sides. At least there's only two.
Well,
Maybe
I'm
there-
not on either
all
side.
right.
I do hear a lot of
whatever
people are
logic
moving
is.
from California though, because
Yeah.
I hear California is turning into a really heavily taxed state
Very.
and very expensive state.
It already
And
has been.
They have restricted people's freedoms the most, in my opinion, when it comes to the response to the pandemic.
Yeah, but
And
you
so
can.
a lot of people were trying to flee California.
Sure.
So maybe this is also a reason, but that's not what we're hearing. You know, we're hearing. I haven't heard Ozzy say this.
No.
I just heard this guy from ABC
say that.
Right.
Right. You can get legal weed in California too. So
Totally,
there is that,
totally
so.
some of the best weed too.
yeah.
We had some
Humboldt
The
County.
Emerald
we-
Coast.
Remember,
Emerald Coast.
and the edibles
remember,
are
I
also
gotta
very good.
remind you guys about my thing. I want a field trip for us out in Humboldt County.
Try the Emerald Coast Triangle
that's a
from
long
Truly.
ass field trip.
Fire
Where's
indica.
Humboldt County? Where's that?
Yeah.
You don't know
in
where that
northern,
is?
It's Northern
That's where
California.
the Sasquatch is.
Oh, okay.
Sam Squanch.
We're gonna go try to find Bigfoot.
We'll catch up with him too.
And there's UFOs. There's a lot of like mysterious
Ooh,
disappearances
I'm all
in
about
Humboldt.
that.
That's where the super tall redwood trees are.
Look,
Yes.
Okay.
you see what you see who
Beautiful.
I'm hanging out with every day.
Yep.
I love UFOs. We're down. Let's do it.
He down to get probed.
I can show you where to find one. What do you mean?
He said
Get probed.
What do you
he get
mean?
probed.
yeah,
He's got
Yeah,
probed.
thank
He
you.
like got
probed.
prober.
Been probed.
He's on probation.
Hey.
He's being probed. He gets probed so
That's
much.
what it's called. Probation.
I do have some statistics here that might lead to why people would want to leave the United States. According to these statistics,
Interesting.
if you are afraid of these types of things, in 2021, homicides in major U.S. cities rose by 5% over 2020
Stay out the
and
city.
by 44% over 2019.
Sure.
Yep.
And the president has been speaking about this gun violence. And now, how far are we away from the midterm election?
It's like 60 days out.
2 months.
About a couple months.
Let's go to CBS's
Not that anyone's
lovely
counting.
Nora O'Donnell, as she is reporting.
Nora O'Donnell.
Some
She's
of the
all right.
some of the
wait.
nicest legs in nightly news, if you ask me.
She's all right.
Nora
a looker.
O'Donnell talking about Joe Biden. He's back out there campaigning, and he says he's going to stop this gun violence. Ozzy, maybe he can come back
Dark
home.
Brandon.
Come back home to L.A., Ozzy.
He got
Joe
you.
Biden's got you.
He's got
Turn
you.
out of the campaign trail, which is 70 days until the midterm
70 days.
elections. President Biden traveled to the battleground state of Pennsylvania this afternoon, where he outlined a plan to combat gun violence. This comes as crime is on the rise across the nation, with New York
Where's
City
RoboCop?
declaring Times Square
I know, we
to be a
need one.
gun-free zone.
Big time.
CBS
Yeah, they say
reports that
Times
the
Square
White House
is
was warned.
gun-free. You can't bring a gun.
Unless you're a criminal.
In the battleground state of Pennsylvania today, President Biden sought to flip an age-old political script, slamming Republicans as
course.
soft on crime.
So let me say this to my MAGA Republican friends in Congress.
Ultra MAGA.
Don't
MAGA.
tell me you support law enforcement if you won't condemn what happened on the 6th. I'm determined to ban assault weapons in this country.
Which is like a
Determined.
frying pan. If you hit somebody with it, it's an assault weapon. So I'm banning frying pans in this country.
I actually kind of like what President Biden is talking about when it comes to this bipartisan Safer Communities Act that he's coming out with.
Yeah.
It says that the law will enhance background checks for gun buyers under 21.
They already
it.
do background
It
checks.
will provide
Enhance.
it will provide billions of dollars for mental health services,
Definitely.
and
need
it sets aside $750 million to incentivize states to create crisis intervention programs.
There you go.
The measure also closes the so-called boyfriend loophole to ensure convicted domestic abusers can't purchase a firearm for 5 years after you slap your wife.
What about a machete, though?
Well, you can go down, you can get you
Sure.
a pocket knife at the Bass Pro Shop.
She'd
Yeah.
rather he got the, gun at
stabbings-
that point.
The stabbings
yeah,
and
should have let him get the
cuttings
gun
is
and then
gone.
get hacked to death. Jeez.
Wow. Wow.
Relax.
Well, I give
It makes
Biden
sense.
credit,
Yeah, you
credit,
give him
for,
credit for that.
for stepping up and trying to stop the gun violence. It seems like it is getting out of hand in the country. Do I feel scared when I go out? I don't really fear
Well, you
fear
live
for my life.
We live in a very good area with
Yeah, but
low
I
crime.
I travel around too.
It
I go to
happens.
Atlanta. I've been to Los Angeles. I've been to San Francisco. I'm like Johnny
I've been
Cash.
in the-
I know,
I've been
we-
everywhere.
We're kind of salty about that shit. We need to talk, dog. We should be all going.
So I feel I never have feared for my life when it comes to gun violence, but I'm I'm not slanging dope on the streets, and I'm not getting involved in illegal activities, and I'm not running some type of illegal operation. So therefore, I don't have to deal with gun violence a lot. But
yeah, but you don't
Memphis,
have to be doing none of that. Though,
When we're out DJing, especially if you're at a nightclub, you could put yourself at risk.
Totally. And I did, and I have, and
all the time,
have done that for many years. And I even have been at clubs where gunfire went off in the parking lot afterwards.
scary as hell.
And even that,
You DJ
I didn't
downtown?
fear for my life. I was at a country bar, you know.
Well, it happens everywhere.
Ramo was DJing at the ZombieCon, which was a famous festival we had here in Fort Myers, Florida, where
headlining.
People would dress up like zombies, and it was tens of thousands of people, and it was awesome. But there was a shooting. One person unfortunately got killed, and there was a manhunt for this guy for a long time. Took a long time, but it ruined it. They canceled that festival. They don't do it anymore. So when you're DJing, you can be subject to it. He had to get rushed out of there. Was video on the news of just thousands of people just running out of the streets of downtown.
And what a perfect place to pull off a murder when everyone is dressed like a zombie, and it's cool to wear a mask. You're supposed to be wearing a mask on your face. So it's like it could even ruin Halloween. You know, who wants to not be able to? Halloween parties to me are some of my favorite parties.
Yeah, Halloween is not what it was already. I remember, there used to be way more kids running around, and it was like later into the night. Now it's just like a few kids early with their parents, and then it's over.
Yeah.
Unless you go to like one of these gated communities in Florida, dude, them shits get swole. Like I've been to several. I used to actually live in one, and it's just ridiculous. Like everybody in the neighborhood goes. I think some places even charge like wristband, like to get in, so you can get candy and go to. Because all the houses are right by each other, and they're all manicured lawns. It's like an old school neighborhood.
Like my neighborhood, except we're not gated. But yeah.
So you pay to get in and get the candy.
Sometimes, but sometimes you don't have to, and that's when it gets really like everybody goes there.
It's like Christmas
ridiculous.
when they set up all the Christmas lights and they have that you can go through.
Yeah.
They even have haunted mazes and stuff around here out there in the Cape. I've seen.
I go to Universal for that.
Universal,
definitely.
Yep. I'm excited
Busch
about
Gardens too.
The Halloween
Busch
horror.
Gardens,
Halloween horror.
I got some tickets to go to that next October, so I'm excited about that. But you know what? People are dressed up there, but they do have the big metal detectors to maybe stop the guns before you go into the.
I would think it would be more not fun, but I would think it'd be more theme appropriate to hack somebody to death at a Halloween thing than shoot them. Because it's like a slasher thing.
Scream a little too much.
I'm just saying,
but here's the thing.
That's a Halloween theme thing. Everything around you is kill them with the thing.
I would imagine the actors at the various parks are able to use like real life
styrofoam things.
Shit. No. They probably use real stuff that's they can be used.
They have chainsaws. I know.
People that walk
I don't like the
use
chainsaws. I've never been a fan of the chainsaw.
They're loud.
I don't like it.
And I hate when they run up behind you.
They scare you.
Like, you're like, you jackass.
I think the chainsaw is the scariest.
They
thing
do that
for me.
at the what was that the park over here?
Because you're just like,
Mike
what
Greenwell's?
if he accidentally left the chain on there, and then your arm falls on the ground?
They
You're like,
never-
oh shit, that's
They
my arm.
never get that close, dude.
Yeah.
I've never seen anybody get that close.
Well, speaking of the gun violence we were talking about earlier, Memphis. I don't know how much you want to go into detail about this story, but when you came in, you were telling us you had a nephew actually get shot. And like, when did this happen? Recently, right?
Yeah, it was this past Saturday. This past Saturday. Yeah, my nephew was he was on his way home from work, him and his homeboy, and they were coming downtown St. Louis, and dude pulled up on him apparently, and I guess he was trying to rob my nephew and his boy. My nephew wasn't trying to give him nothing. Dude shot him once in the chest, one in the stomach. He's gone through 3 surgeries now, so he's good.
Sorry to hear that.
Thanks, man.
I'm glad to hear he's doing good.
Yeah,
that seems very lucky for being shot in the chest and the stomach.
Definitely.
Yeah, I know.
Definitely.
When he told me, my brother told me he like got shot in the chest and the stomach. I'm like, I'm already thinking the worst.
Sure.
And it took me back to a dark place like that, and I was like, oh boy, it was crazy. So
He's young as well, right? You were saying he's
15.
15 years old.
15. He's like, but
You said he doesn't get into much trouble? Wasn't causing any trouble?
Nah, he's a good kid, man. He's just like any normal teenager. Just go out, hang out with his friends, got a girlfriend. Just a cheerleader at one of the high schools and stuff. I mean, just a regular kid, and he was coming home from work. You know, and I mean, he's not some smaller dude either. I mean, he's big for a 15-year-old. He's like 6'3", but he's slim though.
And did they get the guy that shot him? Do they know who he is?
No,
have there been any arrests?
No, there haven't been any arrests, but
It's sad.
It's stuff I can't talk about, obviously, but it's crazy, man. I hope they catch him.
Well, our thoughts and prayers are with your nephew. What's his name? First name?
Reg, Lil Reg.
Lil Reg, man.
Yeah.
We're thinking about you, man.
Love you, nephew.
Let's move on to another topic that crossed the text line here.
Okay.
Marijuana use is outpacing cigarette use.
All right now.
For the first time.
Congratulations.
Ever. So people are smoking more marijuana
Cheers
than they
to you. Or smoke one.
Boom.
For all of us.
And boom goes the dynamite.
Smoke one if you got one.
And it says cigarette use has been trending downward during the past decades, with only 11% of Americans saying they smoke them in a poll that was conducted last month, compared to 45% in the mid-1950s when it was at its peak. So we went from 45% in the mid-50s down to 11% people. And in 2019, 83% of Americans said they thought cigarettes were very harmful when they asked.
They're gross, too.
Let's
And
see.
I used to smoke. Look, I'm not judging, but I'm judging.
How? How could you smoke? Like, what
For
was the
15
draw?
years. What?
15
What was the draw
years.
For,
That's
what was the
Draw,
draw for you
alcohol,
to like lighten up a
cocaine.
square?
Dude, I used to party my ass off, dude. Cigarettes was just, my mom and dad smoked. You know, I grew up watching all my aunts and uncles smoke, drinking. Like,
Now, how
it
much
was just-
cocaine would you say you did?
in my life? I don't know.
Do you
16
really
ounces.
do you really want to put that?
Yeah.
I just wanted to put him on the spot.
I probably not as much as you
You know
have.
what I
I
mean?
would
Like,
imagine.
goddamn. Like,
you
damn.
did a lot more than I did.
If-
Although
if you-
I got a lot of
What are you
freedom.
talking about?
Get
You
out
did
of
about
here.
4
What are you talking
bricks.
about?
Like,
guy
damn,
You were
over
on
here.
TK.
This
He's,
fucking guy.
I
He
mean,
had the subway up his nose.
but you want
yeah.
Rainbow to say he done like 5 bricks of cocaine in his life, unless it's more than that.
Depends on what you call a brick.
Puerto Rico, hey.
Usually when you do cocaine, you can't remember. So I don't know if anyone really can remember.
Well,
how
I've never
much.
done
Yeah,
cocaine. I can
I've
remember
done a lot
that.
of that.
Well, I have the percentage of people that have smoked the marijuana now
I
in
do
the United
that.
States. What do you guys think the percentage of Americans
68%.
that say that they smoke marijuana?
No, 45%.
Percentage?
Yeah, what do you think the percentage that say they smoke marijuana?
45.
I'm gonna go,
73.
I'm gonna go 80, and here's why. Because when I was at the dispensary earlier today, I saw people that look like professionals that could be your neighbors. up in
Everybody
there.
smokes bud,
So I'm gonna go.
dog.
I'm
But
gonna go.
they
I'm gonna
say,
go.
how
In
many
the,
people say they smoke
73%.
it?
I'm
You
gonna
gotta
go.
count.
I'm gonna go 81.
45.
Hey, you guys are all coming in way too high. Literally.
45,
You're
baby.
way too high.
45.
20%?
45.
16% of Americans
Oh.
say they
16?
smoke marijuana.
Yeah, they say
You
it. That doesn't
lying
mean that
rat
that's
bastard.
There's another line here. 48% say that they've tried it at some point in their life.
and they still do it.
Bill
And,
Clinton ass.
and in 1969, only 4% of Americans said that they had even tried marijuana. So it
In
went from.
'69, they
it
were
went-
smoking weed like
But
crazy.
I'm just telling you what the poll says.
Yeah, but who did they poll? That's the problem.
That's Rainbow.
Probably-
This
He's
is,
gonna
this
poke
is
at
straight
the
off
poll
of
now.
NPR
course.
News. This is an NPR News
Sure.
study.
No. I'm not talking about the
not
news source.
Fox
I'm
News,
not
don't
saying
worry.
about that, but I'm just saying, like, when they did the poll, in which community did they do this poll?
Was this
Who
pole
were the people
plugged
who,
into the wall?
Who were the people that did it? You know what I'm saying? Like, because that would vary as well. You know what I'm saying? Because if it was done in like people who listen to NPR radio, like that's
Or that
usually a lot of smart
Christian
motherfuckers.
music.
You know what I'm saying? Or it could have been.
Yeah,
something
but I
like
think
that,
they go
but-
out and they poll various people. I don't think
they're
they're just
polling
polling.
everybody.
Where
Yeah.
though? It's NPR, dude.
This
Remember,
is a
that's
Gallup
very
poll in
G-friendly.
association
Uh-huh.
with NPR.
I bet you they weren't in the hood asking
Hell no.
motherfuckers if
You've
they
been
smoke weed.
polled before,
Because I would
Ramo.
say yes.
They went in the trailer park because you know
It'd
they
have been a
smoking
lot
it out
higher
there
than
too.
16%. I promise you that.
The hoods, the bios,
Shit, come to Cape
the
Coral.
trailer parks.
I see them motherfuckers in my store
We
all
need
the
a thorough
time.
polling.
A thorough polling.
You guys are high.
It is nice that the marijuana is becoming legal because
Yeah.
I have to say, in my 44 years of living, I've seen a lot more people ruin their lives on alcohol and prescribed medication.
Truth.
Yes.
Truth.
From the
It is
doctor.
medication.
Such as Johnny Cash.
We just did a podcast about Johnny Cash.
That's different.
And really, what got him was the amphetamines, and the doctor was prescribing this stuff to him.
Whoa.
Then he was taking uppers to stay up for the concerts, He was taking downers so that he could get some sleep. And, that combination mixed with some alcohol.
What a
he
life.
should've
But Gentry, can I say something, though? It kind of looks like in the whole scheme of it, that was the most fun he had.
What's that?
The part where he was like picking flowers and walking around on a bunch of
3 o'clock in the
amphetamines
morning
and
in
going camping.
Starkville,
I mean,
Mississippi.
that was the best part, it seems like, for him. The rest of it was like he was like not really feeling good about life and, having some tribulations. And I'm sure the love thing, that whole love thing.
Yeah, make sure you
That was
check
probably
out
the best part.
Check out our other podcast. It's called Dem Vinyl Boys.
DEM.
DEM Vinyl Boys, where we
They
listen
got
to
it.
different records every
Is it
single
Dem or
week.
is that Deem?
This past week we did Johnny Cash live from Folsom Prison. We've
Yep.
done Purple Rain. We've done Pink Floyd.
We've done Life, Ready to Die.
Yeah, a lot of good
Uncle
ones.
Luke.
Yeah, so
Yep.
check it
Two Live
out.
Crew, yeah. We've done
Let's
a lot.
move on to our next topic. Play this song for you. End of the world as we know it. It's the end of the world as we know it, according to Elon Musk. I don't know if you saw, he tweeted here in the last 48 hours.
No, I haven't seen his tweets.
He's predicting the end of mankind. He says it's about that time.
Well, good.
Well, that's why his ass want to go to freaking Mars and turn on
Yes.
leave us behind, fucker.
Yeah, so Elon Musk can tweet something and all of a sudden the crypto market will either crash or Dogecoin will go through the roof.
Dogecoin. That sounds so dirty.
It does.
It does.
But this
I got
guy
a lot
can
of
move.
it too.
Elon can move the needle when he puts out a
He
tweet.
can.
And
He can.
people are talking now. What is he talking about? Well, he claims that, there were dinosaurs that once roamed the earth.
Sure.
I think we've proven that with some fossils. Do you guys think that dinosaurs did, in fact,
Oh, yeah.
roam this
Of
earth?
course.
They just
without
found
a
some
doubt.
kind of new
course.
fossil in Texas last week.
Are you
or
a
something
dino
like that.
denier, sir? No, I'm just kidding.
I'm not a dino denier, but
I've never heard of that before. I've never heard. I guess
You
there
just
are
made
people
it
that,
up. You just made up the term
Oh
dino
yeah, well,
denier.
yeah, for sure.
Really?
I mean, I wasn't
Remember what you
around
heard
to
it here,
see them.
folks.
I've seen Jurassic Park a few times, but to say that I have seen a dinosaur with my own two eyes.
Dude, we were here.
never seen
Remember?
one.
We did a podcast as T-Rexes. You don't remember? We were
I
on
like
the air
meat.
when the meteor hit.
I think that you're way too high, man.
We were in Mexico.
I hope we do
That
get
was
hit by a
another
meteor
multiverse.
because that'd be a much cooler way of going out than just like languishing and being old and dying
Or being like douchebags
We
fighting
all-
each other.
yeah.
Like
You don't want to die and everyone else gets to live. You want to die and everyone dies with you. You're
Boom.
like, yeah,
You're
we
coming with
we all descend to hell together.
let's go.
We've been hearing about the climate change.
ridiculous.
Isn't there a lot of headlines right now, TK? I know it pisses you off
Yes,
when
it
you
is.
hear these kind of things.
Climate
true.
change.
Climate
The climate
change.
is always changing.
What's
But I
going
was like,
on? What's
No,
going on with
the
the
weather
climate?
changes, not climate.
Well, Elon says the world is gone, but maybe he's smoking too much strong.
Nice.
I
Maybe.
agree.
He does
So-
get high.
He
He
gets
likes that
high.
gelato.
I don't know. I mean, my thing on the climate change is the climate is definitely changing, but we're transitioning ourselves to greener technology all the time,
Yes.
and I think that's going to happen. But I think we shouldn't push it as fast as we're pushing it right now. I think there needs to be an in between transition where we still use more fossil fuels, we still drill, we still use fossil fuels, and then we move to green energy. Because here's the lie about green energy: it's not green, and it's not.
They use
cleaner.
fossil
It's
fuels
not-
to make green
It's
energy.
not cleaner. There's so much cobalt, nickel, and steel and other plastic parts that you need to make one battery for one electric car that we don't have, that you have to get from China and Africa. So let's go mine this shit out of poor African countries again so everyone can have a fucking electric car rather than just using the gasoline we have here in America. Oh no, let's go pillage Africa again so we can all drive around electric cars because it's fucking green.
Well, they say in California there
I
will.
rock
We
with
don't
that,
have a lot
TK.
of. We don't have a lot
Right?
of oil
I'm telling
in
you,
America.
Memphis, there's more to this.
I
There's
rock-
trust,
I
follow
rock
the
with
money.
that, yeah.
Bro.
Oh
Yeah.
no, definitely.
Well,
You
they're,
could definitely
they're saying
follow the
in
money, but-
California that by 2035 there will be no gas guzzling vehicles coming off
Yeah.
the factory line. They're not going to make them in the state of California anymore. So obviously they're trying to get rid of gas powered vehicles.
And then who's going to be able to
Well,
buy
their
them at
environment's
60
fucked.
grand, And then if you get a used one, if the battery's dead, I ride this electric skateboard all the time. Thing I know about this is you buy it.
Speaking of which,
Listen,
do you
if
like
buy,
it? Do you like riding it?
I
Is
like
it
it.
fun?
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, but here's
Oh,
the thing.
okay. Oh, well,
The battery's dead in a year. After riding it every day, the battery's dead.
Okay,
it's
you
only
know-
worth what the battery is. So
the
now
battery in
you
your
have
car
to buy,
only lasts 2 years.
Exactly. What?
Yeah, but you can replace
Yeah, but
that
the
for
battery's
very,
$100.
very
These
cheap.
batteries cost as much as the car.
Yes, they do. And speaking of which,
Do you
this
understand?
happened just
The
2
batteries
days
are the
ago.
car.
My sister, check this out. My sister-in-law owns a Tesla, and she was on her way to meet her new boss. The car wouldn't start, and it locked her in. She had to like kick the window, like to bust the windows out.
And then it
That's
starts like
hilarious.
talking to you
And
like,
I
bitch,
know
you're dead, bitch, you're
it was
dead.
fuck. It was.
Well,
it-
I mean, there's obviously
What if
bugs.
it
It's
auto
brand new
drove her somewhere?
technology.
That'd be
But
fucking
I
real
think,
scary.
I think once it's perfected and once everything's good with it, it's definitely going to serve mankind a hell of a lot better
I don't
than
know, man.
fucking digging holes in the
I don't
fucking
know.
earth and pulling out oil.
Well, I don't
Like,
want. I don't
and
want that
burning
either.
our atmosphere that's making our planet get hotter.
It's going to be like
True.
iRobot, and all of a sudden, all the Teslas for the opposition party are just going to lock the
Dude.
doors
You
and
got
drive
loose-
off the
You-
fucking cliff.
You are freaking living in a
Hey,
goddamn
Tesla's
fantasy
not the
world,
only
bro.
Just
company.
remember all
you
these
watch a
crazy
lot of
ass
movies,
things
dude.
that I say,
Yeah, you watch iRobot? Yeah, we get it.
right?
And that movie's awesome.
did I.
Right,
It is.
but
It's
not
dope.
robots. Imagine they just get you in those cars and lock them and drive your ass
You been
off the
watching?
cliff. You're saying that somebody couldn't hack into a car and like get control of it and drive you off, lock you in and drive you off a cliff?
Yeah,
I'm-
all they are is computers.
If they made
That-
it so that it
that's
can't
absolutely
be, then,
impossible. I'm crazy for even thinking that, right?
It depends on how they
No.
make it. I'm sure. I mean,
Exactly.
there's are ways they can make it that it would be, but I'm sure there's ways that they can go around it as well.
Here's my biggest question too about the electric cars. You know, I know they say you won't have to buy gas ever again. That's
Well-
I have one friend of mine who says he has a Tesla, and his favorite part about having one is driving by the gas station every time and doing this, putting up his middle finger like I'm not
That's
paying.
petty.
But
I'm just kidding.
I'm just telling you.
What a jackass!
That's what he told me. That's
We're
what he
flicking
told
you
me.
off too, buddy.
That's what he
so
said. to me.
fucking funny. What an
But
asshole!
I'm flicking off every
That's so
Tesla I see
funny.
from the pump now.
But at
Do
the
it,
same
do
at the
it,
same
do it.
time, you
That's
can
funny.
only go about 300 miles, and
Right.
you have to charge it.
It's somewhere.
And if you
So
use the
There's not
radio,
enough change. There's not enough.
So when we go by the
places,
charging
right?
stations, we should flip the people off.
And by the
Right.
way, do you
Loser.
when you go to charge the car, there's got to be a charge, right? I mean,
But see, why wouldn't?
I got a question though.
Go ahead.
When you go to the electric charging station,
right?
Sure. Is it free? You just pull in to
No.
the
You
7-Eleven
pay
plug
for
in?
it just like you pay for.
Okay, so where am I saving the money? I'm trying to figure that out. If I'm having to stop and I'm having to plug it in, and I'm gonna have to pay for the electricity,
And you
maybe
gotta wait
it's probably cheaper.
half an hour.
I don't
Maybe
know.
it's cheaper. I
Yeah.
don't know. But
money is time, baby.
Yeah,
It's
that's
time is
it.
money, motherfucker.
And it probably loads a lot quicker.
And how much electricity is it going to cost me at my house?
These
when
are
I have
just
to plug
questions
this
we-
in?
That's a good question.
This is a
Yeah,
question.
But
because
you know,
you gotta plug it in
definitely.
at the house.
Definitely, those are a lot, and that's probably a lot of shit that they got to fix. But I'll tell you what,
Follow the
Conti-
money, like TK said.
No, I agree.
The money is going there. Invest in electric vehicle companies
I agree.
and companies that make these batteries, because it's going to be the future. When the government says that this is the way it's going, unfortunately,
That's the way it's going.
not the voice of the people anymore. It's the voice of the politicians and what they want.
Yeah, but I don't think a lot of people want to start using oil though. That's like outdated.
I'd rather
dude.
just
Oil's
solar
outdated.
power,
We're killing
wind
our
power.
planet, dude. We're killing our planet.
Oil is what gave us the society we have now. Everything you're
Okay,
wearing,
okay,
everything
yeah.
you're wearing
And
is
it's society.
Can I finish
We used to
anything
use
I'm
coal
saying?
too.
No, TK, you cannot talk on this show. Go ahead, TK.
Oil
go
is in
ahead,
everything you're wearing. All the plastics, all the everything. Oil.
oil. I would also say this, that my financial advisor told me one time.
Sure.
I do some investing. I got the Robinhood app, and I've been doing pretty good with it.
Nice.
Although that damn Joe Biden, since he got into office, it's went to shit.
That's a
But-
backlash from the previous.
But my
Administration.
financial advisor once told me everybody wants to complain about the gas prices in this country. Yeah, their gas prices are high. But people don't realize that big gas and big oil pay like 60% of the taxes in this country.
They pay a lot.
Because they're like double taxed for the gas. So yeah, they make a lot of money, but they also make a lot of money for the government. So he was telling me that, and it kind of put it into perspective. Like,
Sure.
yeah.
No, I don't doubt that one
like
bit.
TK said, this country is really built on big oil, unfortunately.
Well, people demonize it now, and it's almost like a reflexive
Well, you
reaction.
gotta wing yourself off of it and do go with something better.
But at the same time, I don't think we have to demonize it. Like, it
I
created
don't
the
think to
society
demonize
with
it.
which we are
Nobody's
using all the-
demonizing, but
Well-
I think people are realizing that it's not good for our planet anymore.
It is our planet, though. Oil is literally our planet.
Yes, but
It
it's
is a
not
planet.
in our sky. It's in
it's
the
a resource.
ground.
It burns
Like when you-
itself naturally, dude.
Not like at the rate we
You ever
do.
seen a volcano?
Yeah, but how often
That's
do
not
volcanoes
oil.
erupt?
Yeah,
though?
but it's
That's
just
not
burning.
oil.
It's the same shit. It's
No,
burning
oh my
shit going
God.
into the atmosphere.
Okay,
What
you
is
see
the
what we're
difference?
dealing with here, people?
Huh? What?
Yeah, I would not use that
Next
as a
subject.
reference.
Next subject. Next subject.
I
What's the
wouldn't
what's
use
the
that.
problem?
What is the problem that you
A
can't?
volcano.
I'm
That
saying,
is
listen,
lava. That's
listen to what I'm
molten
saying.
rock.
Listen to what I'm saying.
There's
oil,
nothing to do
you're
with
saying
oil.
is bad for the earth. I said oil
It's
is
oil
the earth.
for the environment. Burning it as we're burning it, it does it too fast. It's putting a layer of something in our atmosphere that's making the planet
CO2
hotter than it's supposed to be.
air. CO2, which is air.
Yeah, but back to the
They're
volcano.
full.
Back to the volcano
I
thing.
just-
That's
Right.
All right,
like
well,
volcano,
it's educational
it's
shit.
not
You'll probably never get it, bro. Let's
volcanoes
move on.
don't erupt that often.
You got to explain yourself, not just try to insult me, because
I'm
that doesn't
not
explain
trying to
anything
insult
to
you,
anyone.
dog.
And I know I'm smart,
Dude,
so
oh,
it's not doing
Yeah,
anything
yeah,
to
no,
me.
I'm not.
know
I'm
you're
not.
smart.
It's
Yeah.
no,
I
you're
mean,
definitely smart. And then
there's
that,
educational shit, so you get something you don't know about.
well, obviously, I mean, you
Fucking-
can't tell that oil burning in the atmosphere doesn't do
He
something
got the
to it.
smiley face on his face.
Why do you
Listen.
think they stopped putting lead in gasoline? Because they eventually found out that something is bad and it does it to the air. You think that fucking the gas company had something to do with them stop putting it in the fucking gas? I guarantee you they didn't.
But then
If
Lead.
you don't know that,
Lead
okay,
in the gas. Right.
yeah,
Right.
So,
yeah.
but then they also stopped putting cocaine in coke too. So
That was a long time ago. That was
I know.
okay.
So
you're
they've
missing
been
the
making
point.
it cleaner
I
this
know,
whole
I'm just
time.
messing-
They've been
Sure,
working to
they're
make it cleaner.
I'm just
trying.
messing
They're
around.
trying, but there's only so clean they can get it, and it's not working. They're finding
I
that
think
the
it's going to be
environment
cleaner
is suffering.
than the electric cars will ever be. That's what I'm saying.
All right,
Okay,
let's
well,
move
sure.
on to the next
We
topic.
don't know that.
girls.
All right.
I'm having a little gas myself.
That's what makes
I
the
know,
show.
Yeah,
beating that
that's
spam, ain't
clean
you?
energy right there, baby.
That is
I
clean
don't know about
energy,
that.
technically.
It's clean now that it went through your underwear.
All right, we have another topic to get to. Did you see this? I just read this. Missouri School District is bringing back spanking.
Oh gosh.
That's right. It's time. If you kids don't behave in class, you're liable to have the principal whipping that ass. And I'm all for bringing this back because I remember when I was in grade school, when I went to school, I think it was 7th or 8th grade in Indiana, I remember the assistant principal had hanging in his office a big wooden paddle where he had drilled holes through it, and he would hang it on the wall
I think that
as
was
a
like
trophy.
a universal thing, like because
Yep.
we had the same thing. And if
We
you
had
had
it
to go to
too.
the office and you had to sit on the bench, you know you was gonna get hit with that paddle once you got inside there. Nobody wanted to go to the bench, no matter how bad you was cutting up.
It made you not want to cause any problems.
Yes.
Now, I knew some kids, the kids that were real bad boys, probably like TK. They would have the
I love it.
They would have the option. Do you want 3 whacks or do you want in-school suspension?
I remember that.
Yes.
Some of those guys would be tough guys, and they'd be like, "Give me the
Give
whacks."
me the wax.
I've gotten hit.
And let
with
me
one of
just
those
tell you,
before.
those wax weren't shit.
They weren't.
Not in middle school. When I got to middle school, I remember that.
Oh.
The detention or get the wax. But when I was in elementary school, a year before that, things were not the same. And I had a teacher,
A
I'll not
guy
say his
teacher?
name. Huh?
A guy teacher.
It was.
Yeah,
Mr.
yeah, yeah.
McDick.
He bent me over the principal's
Ooh.
desk. It was a big wooden desk.
That
And
don't
he
sound good.
really paddled the shit out of me. And every time he hit me, I'll never forget the desk because the desk moved.
Oh.
The desk was moving and all her stuff on her desk was moving.
That
He
sucks.
really
What did you
whooped me.
do to get your ass beat? What did
Stuff
you
on
do?
the bus. Stuff on the bus. Being bad on the bus.
That
Numerous
sounds
times.
like
Numerous
he
times.
got one off.
They
on
had
you, man.
demerits, they were called, or whatever. You get to bust demerits.
Yeah.
Well, it says here
Can't
more
believe
than
I remember that.
more than 69,000
man.
children were punished physically in the 2018-2019 school year, according to the most recent data. And you may be surprised to learn that corporal punishment, as it's formally known, is legal in 19 states, and that's because a Supreme Court decision in 1977 said the technique was constitutional and let each state decide its own rules.
Mm-hmm.
So similar to the abortion laws where they're allowing the states to make the decision, they are allowing the states to make the decision in this case, and the state of Missouri, where our good friend, the Show Me State, Memphis, on air is from,
Yes.
Missouri.
Mhm.
They're bringing
Which
back.
county was this anyway? Did it say?
to see if
It's
it
probably
says.
somewhere near Kansas
Castleville.
I'm going to say they definitely need to
Castleville.
continue
Missouri's
this.
Castleville School District will be allowed to spank
Castleville.
They need to-
students
they
with a
need to-
paddle.
They need
Oh,
to
no.
continue this into high school and definitely into college. They definitely need to be spanking motherfuckers in
All right,
college.
Well, I mean,
what are you
Snowflakes.
talking about?
get spanked in college.
They're adults,
then
man.
it's definitely.
You should be
going
able to beat their ass. You can square up toe to toe with them
Hey, I mean, listen, I don't have
and
a
not go
problem.
to jail. They're 18.
I don't have a problem with the
shit.
spanking in school. I mean, hell, teachers having sex with the students any damn way. Might as well. Fuck it.
Hey, you throw hands. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, what are we, barbarians? Come on.
Yeah, we going
Fighting.
back to those days.
Did you guys, Ramo, I guess all of us on the panel here don't have children, but did you ever spank your children?
And does it work? Is the big
I
question.
can't say that I ever spanked them like spanked them. No, I haven't. I've yelled
Would
at
you
them.
feel bad about it if you did?
Not if I had to. Like when they were really young, obviously, you kind of like slap their hand and tell them no and things like that when they're trying to learn. But I wouldn't necessarily consider that a spanking.
Mm-hmm.
Not that they've gotten older. No, I've never. But I've never had to, man. I've had good kids, and
mom
anytime they've had a problem, I let them know. Like I was always real with my kids. I never freaking like parent shit to them. Like, no, this is real life. You want to fuck around? Like, you're gonna find out.
You gave him the Johnny Cash routine. Here,
Big
take this pill
motherfucking-
bottle and get out of here and kill
That's
yourself with it.
Yeah.
What about your mom? She beat your ass?
No, my mom
Tomcat?
used to tell me to go upstairs and wait, and she'd come up with the belt, man, and she'd come busting in that door.
My dad would kick my ass.
Yeah, my mom whipped my. Oh
Yeah,
man,
yeah. My dad got with me
before my
a
dad.
lot.
Like shit, my dad.
Well, not a lot.
My dad
Enough.
whooped my ass.
More than I needed.
Ooh, boy, those are
thought.
times I was like, I'm just running away from home.
I deserved it though. I'm every bit
I'm
of
just
it.
running away from home.
I'm running away.
I'm packing my bag and I'm out of here. Yeah, I'm like,
15 minutes later, they're like,
Whoop me
he's
for
back.
Yeah.
Mama,
I need some milk.
I'm going. I mean, my mom
got a
was
big old
well, where
snot
you going?
bubble.
I'm going to my auntie house. Your auntie gonna send you right back home too. Man, there was some crazy days.
I never really spanked my kids, but I would definitely get angry to where I would break things around them. Try to scare them
That's
by
kind of
breaking
violent.
things close to them.
That
You
was
might
like
get
my,
my complex.
you
that
can
was my
talk-
6th grade shop teacher, Mr. P.
Kids
He
will,
used to do that. Throw
kids will
desks,
listen
break shit.
if you're stern with them and you let them know who's boss.
There's
And
one
bust
time in
shit.
particular I remember
That's how
where
I get TK list.
these video games, you spend a lot of money on these video games.
Right.
They're like 50, 60, in some cases $70 a piece. And I would buy the video games for these kids.
Okay.
One time I went into the playroom, all the video games outside the cases, like laying all over the place.
That's no good.
Disrespecting.
That's no
That's like
good.
taking my $50 and burning it.
You got to do it.
You got to smash something.
So,
gotta do
I
it.
you got to
walked.
smash something else you bought.
So I walked in
immediately.
there. I was like,
Right now.
Which one's your favorite game? Oh, this one, Dad. All right, well, boom, bam,
You
break
shot
the
it?
fucking games.
You shot it?
Tree smash.
I snapped him in two in front of his face, like pow.
Oh, I thought you shot it with a gun.
But then he's looking at me like, Dad, you ruined the game worse than I ruined the game.
It's
You
true.
just broke the game.
You
I
did.
was just
He
scratching
probably
the
gave
game.
you that.
Now you smashed the
Congratulations,
game.
you played yourself, Dad.
I'm going to teach you a
Thanks a
lesson
lot.
about being destructive by
Oh,
being
yeah.
fucking ultra destructive.
More destructive. God damn it.
You kids are going to learn how to really break some shit today.
Yeah. They're like, we learned it
We're
from
fucking
watching
around.
you.
Gonna learn today.
You're going to learn today.
Stop pussyfooting around and break the damn thing, kid.
That's great.
Well, we have one
Parenting.
final story to get to here. It looks
Let's
like
talk about it.
well, one thing was Memphis wanted to bring up some football. So I see that he
Yeah.
has his Tennessee on.
Oh,
Yeah,
Are
man.
you ready for football?
Who's your
Hell
quarterback?
Yeah, man. Hendon Hooker is gonna be our quarterback.
Hooker?
this year.
Your
Hendon
quarterback's a
Hooker.
hooker, huh?
It's an
Hey,
unfortunate
no,
name.
his name.
It's
no,
rather
his name is-
fortunate.
Better than Dick Butkus, I
Oh,
guess.
gosh.
No, I like that
Knock it
name.
off. Hendon Hooker.
I'm going to call my
Anyway,
dog Buckus.
And then
assholes.
Hooker.
Anyway, we got a good squad coming back. We got like 17 starters. He threw 31 touchdowns
Nice.
and 3 interceptions last
That's
year.
nice.
Ooh,
It was just
that's good. That's a good.
shade.
It's
He's
an
a-
impressive ratio.
It
There.
is
Oh,
extremely.
yeah, and especially in the offense that we running. Oh, I'm shit.
Yeah,
This
but he
kid
had
is gonna
Valus
do-
Jones last year. He ain't got him this year.
We got somebody else though.
One of my boys.
We got somebody else. And you're welcome for Valus Jones, by the way. The Bears, you're lucky. Go Vols. But anyway, So we play tomorrow night. We play Ball State.
Okay.
I'm sure you guys are familiar with that being from
Indiana.
and all.
Muncie, Indiana. Ball
Muncie.
State.
Yeah. And then we
Pretty
got
close at home.
Purdue and Penn State are playing tomorrow. That's a good one. Big Ten, and then there was another one.
Notre Dame's playing Ohio State this weekend.
That's on Saturday.
That's going to be fun.
But tomorrow also Pittsburgh and West Virginia are playing. Now the big deal about that game is called the Backyard Brawl because Pittsburgh and West Virginia universities are like 70 miles apart. They're very close.
No, they got a rivalry going on
and
big
it's
time.
like the coal miners versus the steel mill people. But anyways,
They're all out of a job, huh? Oh, the coal
they're
miners
all
are.
unemployed. Yeah, no, they're having a good. They're having.
We
a
need
rough
the
time.
electric car people to come in here and play. Come on, these
They
coal
have-
miners out here.
Don't make fun of them people,
It's
man. They're
a
not
big
having a good time.
rivalry,
Of it.
and so it's a big time game too.
Thanks to corporate America.
And it's gonna be crazy.
We got any cobalt miners?
So you got who's playing on Saturday? You got LSU. Everybody's starting to play on Saturday because this is week 1. But there's some of the big games like Gentry was saying, Ohio State, Notre Dame, Oregon,
Georgia and Oregon are playing.
And the irony of that game, the head coach of Oregon now is the defensive coordinator from Georgia when they won the national championship last year.
Isn't it ironic?
Yeah,
Oh,
so
Alanis
he's
Morissette.
got to know like a lot of offensive players, so they might give them upper hand. Cincinnati, Arkansas is going to be getting busy.
Let's all
running
make a
together,
quick
stuff
prediction.
like that.
We'll go around the room. We'll start with Ramo. Who will win the college football championship this year? If you pick it right, there's a $100 bonus for you from the company.
From
our parent company, they pay you a $100 bonus, but you have to pick the national champion.
Right.
Who do you think is going to win it all?
I'm going to take the money shot and say Alabama.
Okay. Memphis?
I can't stand the mouth breathers. I really cannot stand those mouth breathers. But
They win every year.
Who are you picking?
I'm going to say Ohio State.
Ohio State going Big Ten, and then Tomcat.
Novak Djokovic. No, I'm going to Indiana.
You're going to go Indiana, though.
Yeah.
You talking about the Hoosiers from IU, Bloomington?
What? Yep.
Okay, I mean, that's a dark horse.
Wait, now,
We're not talking basketball, by the way.
You want to
This is
give him
football.
another shot?
That's right,
You should
football.
give him another shot.
No, I
at
mean,
that.
hey, let's see what happens with Indiana.
You never know.
They're not in the top 25.
They're not even in the top
It looks like
50.
they've gotten 0 votes.
Indiana, I'm with you, baby.
That's cool,
The
man. The
Hoosiers.
Hoosier
I'm with
State.
you, Hoosiers.
That's where I was born, Indiana. So
TK don't need that $100.
you know who else was born in Indiana?
Who?
Michael Jackson was born in Indiana.
So was I. And so was you.
So was I.
In
And
same town, Gary, Indiana.
that's right, Gary, Indiana.
Everybody take a shot.
Gangsta
I'm going to need y'all to
Island,
take
baby.
a shot. Gary, Indiana reference.
Gary, Indiana.
Take
Freddie-
a shot.
Freddie
Gary.
Gibbs is from there too.
He is.
There
It's
is
called
some
Gangsta Island.
Michael Jackson news that's out right now.
Oh yeah.
Even though, how many years ago did he die? Like 12 years ago? 13
At
years
least.
ago?
Who knows?
Seems like it was only yesterday.
2009, I
30
believe.
years ago,
Yeah.
really.
Yeah.
It says that
When did Off
there's
the Wall come out?
TMZ has teamed up with Fox, and they have a big surprise. I'm going to play some of the trailer here for you.
A
There's a
surprise.
big show coming
Is
up
Michael
on Fox.
Jackson not really dead?
Oh, we'll find
that
out.
the surprise?
Let's listen and see what they have to say here. Here we go.
Voiceover.
It's from TMZ and Fox.
Dr. Conrad Murray was convicted of killing Michael Jackson.
Propofol.
That's not the real story.
It's not.
Really killed Michael Jackson?
Doctors like Arnold Klein, who regularly plied patients with opioids.
People died. In some way, I was part of it. Give me a minute.
That's his ex-wife right there.
Always loved Michael.
There's a lot of folks to blame that have never had a reckoning.
That's a detective.
TMZ investigates who really killed Michael Jackson. September 6th on Fox.
Only on Fox.
The Pill Mill.
I feel like this is gonna be like the
But it
next
seems
edition
like-
to like who killed
but-
Biggie, who
but
killed Tupac. Now
They're
we got
acting
who
like
killed
it's
Michael
going to be
Jackson.
somebody else that killed him and or how he died a different way, but basically they're saying it is who you thought killed him. They just haven't been convicted or anything.
Not
Well-
everybody has.
Well, Conrad, he in jail. Oh wait, didn't he just get out? How much time did he get?
He got a few years, and
Yeah,
he just got out.
yeah, I
He's a
think-
part of this documentary.
Then what was it? Manslaughter he got? He didn't
Yeah,
get
something
murder.
like that.
Yeah.
And it also is claiming that Michael's estate is saying that there's a guy that they're going to reveal during this documentary that was engaged to one of MJ's siblings and used the chaos and sadness around Michael's death to take a bunch of personal items
Oh,
from
shit.
his private property.
That's
So they're going to talk about that.
Asshole.
They're going to talk about the pill bottles.
Hope he didn't get the glove.
Also, somebody stole his iPhone, and there's some information and things on his iPhone that we've never heard before, and that's coming up on Fox.
Hopefully some TikTok videos.
September the 6th. Michael Jackson.
I don't know if they had TikTok when he was alive.
No, they didn't.
They just had Foursquare then.
I don't even think Instagram wasn't around when he died.
No, it wasn't. It was
Maybe
just,
Facebook.
Facebook was
might
still
be.
around.
It was.
And MySpace, people still on MySpace because I was.
Scary.
Yeah, I really didn't want to get to Facebook.
You don't have that computer no more, do you?
Yeah, I do actually. It's an old laptop in my garage.
I miss the MySpace days and
Me too, man.
organizing your top 9 or
Top
whatever
8.
it was.
Imagine this, right?
Do
Think
my
about
news segment again.
Sorry, TK. You want to do your news segment? I apologize.
That's all right. I don't have to do it. But next time I'm not writing the stuff down for it.
Okay,
I'm just gonna let you know that now. We're
gonna do.
Should we get you your news story early
segment.
on so we don't forget?
You never told me. You said you were either going to do the bit about proving that you're not a racist, or you were going to do the news segment. You never told me.
You said be prepared for one or the other.
Are you prepared for one or
And
the
I
other?
am.
All right, you're prepared?
Right.
All right, let's do it.
Let her rip.
All right, here it is. Let's go to TK. We don't want to forget about his special segment.
We like it.
It's time for the news. TK, what's the latest?
Latest in the news is there's a frog in.
When we get to the swamp.
All right, this week in news, a man paddles an 846-pound pumpkin down a Missouri River to set the world record. They're calling this guy Cinderfella.
That happens in Missouri every weekend.
Cinderfella.
What?
Yeah, on the
Dwayne
Ozarks,
Hansen.
mostly in Kansas City.
He
They're
did it
weird
on his
out there.
birthday. It was his 60th birthday, no less.
bet it
38
was.
miles on the Missouri River in a fucking pumpkin. He grew the pumpkin himself,
Yeah, bet he did.
which is actually the biggest feat is growing a pumpkin that big, I think.
That's crazy.
I wonder what he did with the seeds.
Smoked them.
Those are some big seeds.
I would have
Thank you.
sold them.
All right, next up, we got a woman. She says she's allergic to gravity. She says
What?
she
She's
can't.
allergic to gravity.
She's allergic to gravity. She can't stand
Interesting.
straight without falling.
Really? She need to quit smoking that PCP.
This lady who's
She
allergic
owns
to
some,
gravity,
man.
Smoking them sherm joints.
she spends 23 hours in bed. She faints up to 10 times a day and can't stand up for more than 3 minutes without passing out. Linda Johnson's her name. She's 28.
That's crazy.
You probably getting some good dick.
Jesus. Too far.
She has to sit with her legs crossed to stop her from feeling sick and can only get up to eat or shower. That may be part of what Memphis was saying there.
Yep,
I'm
pretty
just
much.
All righty.
She has a hyperactive part.
Next up, we got long overlooked Oregon Swastika Mountain may have a new name soon. So
Shut
in
them
Oregon,
down.
Yeah.
Shut them.
I don't know
Nobody
if you
pays
knew that, but
attention
in
to
Oregon there is a
state.
mountain called Swastika Mountain, and
Who cares?
It's called Swastika Mountain.
should we just leave it, Ramo?
I do whatever. I never even knew it was there. Who cares?
That's what.
Swastika
Get rid of
Mountain.
it.
Get rid of it or leave
if,
it.
If
Jewish
people got
folks
a
are not
problem
gonna
with
like
it,
that.
right? If they got a
Jewish
problem,
folks.
if people got a problem with it, then get rid of it. Like I didn't even know it existed. So
I got a problem with you, Ramo.
Watch.
Just get rid of it.
Get rid of it.
it.
Get rid of it.
I got no problems with you, but if I did, I mean, that's no way to act.
Well, it
Just
isn't a
get rid of it.
national forest, which
no.
is national land, so maybe not a national forest. I guess if you want to have your private swastika mountain, but not public swastika mountain. People don't like the swastikas. Even though it is a very ancient symbol and it doesn't mean the Nazi party.
Well,
It does
maybe
to
that-
most people, though.
But it does
Yeah,
to most people.
I mean,
Well, and
that's
the
first
other
thing you
the
think
other
of, right?
meaning of it is the other way. It's backwards.
Oh,
It's
and
other
and the
way.
word
It's a different way.
swastika, maybe the word swastika probably is.
Yeah, I would have changed
Sure.
that.
Do you have
Somebody
any-
would have had to like, oh man, we forgot this era shit. We gonna catch hell for that one, folks.
That's the fucking news.
You don't have any good news?
That's it.
That's
Never
as good
any
as
good
it
news.
gets. Suck it. Matt Lauer can suck
It's
it.
good enough for this market.
Man, we stopped the show ending for that news, man.
We could be playing ball right now. Fuck.
That was pretty good, TK. I'm
Yeah,
just
no,
kidding.
I like
That was
that.
great. That was
They were great
fantastic.
stories.
He is the most
They
sensitive
were
one on the
wonderful.
show.
You really
so
went in
you
depth.
can't-
Thank
Man,
you. I like the
outstanding.
pumpkin one. That was good.
Me too.
Yeah, that was good.
Raymond didn't like
Everybody.
the swastika one. I got him all
No,
butthurt.
I love it. I love it. I think it's great.
Gonna put one on his ass.
No, right here. Make sure it's on the hole.
Episode 32 is now in the books. Make sure you go watch it on YouTube. We put it on Facebook. We put it on Instagram like the kids do.
Yeah, hey.
And we might even TikTok someday.
Hey.
Maybe.
That fucking TikTokery.
Why?
Not in front of the camera.
Freaking TikTok.
You guys have anything to say to the audience? It is the end of summer, thank God. Living down here in South Florida like we do, it's too damn hot. I'm ready for it to cool off.
It's not gonna.
Hot.
It's not gonna. We
No,
don't
it
see
ain't.
cool shit till December 15th.
I know, right?
Don't even trip.
Yeah, I've gone swimming in Christmas time.
Think
down
me
here.
too. We
Yep.
went to the beach on Christmas when I was down here.
Sorry to rub that into all you folks up north, but hey,
It's that
happy
Florida
summer.
lifestyle.
Enjoy your Labor Day weekend. Enjoy the labors of the fruit that you've been growing all year long.
College football is back, baby.
Peace, love, and happiness. We love you, baby.
Peace out.
The Outcast podcast brought to you by BetterHelp.com/Outcast. Save 10%, bitches.
Love you, bitch.